the age of 15 years. I was 15 when I got sentenced. I've got exposed to a lot of things in prison. I was harassed. I was verbally abused.
Correctional centers, as they are officially called, are supposed to transform lives that go there corrupted to come out repented. But that is not the story of this correctional center located in the Cape Town suburb of Tokai in South Africa. This prison is a maximum security penal facility that continues to hold some of South Africa's most dangerous criminals. This is Afterworld. Thanks for watching. Let's look at the most dangerous prison in Africa. Pollsmoor Prison, officially known as Pollsmoor Maximum Security Prison. This facility is not just the most dangerous prison, but also houses one of the most dangerous prison gangs in the world, the Numbers Gang. A gang so powerful that do not only have their own language, but also runs all prisons in South Africa, and with the prison guards having no say but to obey the gang members. With more than half the prisoners being part of the members' gang, it's obvious to say the prison system here is used to break people, not rehabilitate them.
We had this thing that we just took what we wanted, because all the people around us were afraid of us.
And the inmates here obey the gang members more than they do the prison guards. This correctional facility was where Nelson Mandela spent some time. It therefore means this prison run by this gang has existed for over 250 years. The Numbers Gang, which basically started outside the prison walls, is 150 years old. The prison system has tried to contain this, mostly to separate the gang members from the non-members. But due to overpopulation, they ended up mixing and therefore more people being recruited. The gang is so powerful that it runs its own government system categorized into 3 groups: the 26, 27 and 28.
What gang do you belong to? The 26s, yeah? You and the 28s?
The 28 acting as the CEOs and leaders. The 27 are the policymakers and defenders of their laws, whereas the 26 are the economic and finance guys. They have their own laws that are followed by both inmates and prison guards, and this is how they govern and control the whole prison. With 1 to 100 being the ratio of prison guards to inmates, the prison authorities have been forced to work with the prison gangs, forcing some of the prison guards to even be parts of the gangs. Every fresh inmate admitted to every prison in South Africa is subjected to the ways of the Numbers Gang, and it's either you become a member or you serve the gang members. Anyone arrested and taken to Pollsmoor Prison will be approached by a few people who are usually members of the 26. On your first day, which is usually the worst day, you will be asked the question,
You speak English?
Yes.
Who are you in prison?
You then have 2 options to choose from: a gang member or a non-gang member. And your response will basically determine your future for the rest of your prison life, and will also determine whether you will be safe during your time in prison or not. The people asking these questions, the 26, are usually sent by the 27 and 28. And if your answer is a gang member, you'll basically be asked which of the numbers you would like to join. For those who choose to be non-gang members, you go through hell in prison. If you choose to be a non-gang member, you basically have to pay the gangs for protection or be subjected to beatings and abuse. With cells meant for 15 having up to 100 people and people being locked up from 19 to 23 hours, everyone in these cells must adapt to the routine of the gangs, especially those who just arrived in prison. The first night is usually the scariest because the gangs allow you to peek into the dangers of prison, witnessing fights and many others. For the new gang members, after they accept to join the gangs, they have to go through an initiation process in order to remain gang members. This process is usually the hardest spot for every new member.
Leg up. Leg down. One time shotgun. Down. While I go alles kan kom te die bloed, generaal
For the new members, in order to remain in the gang, the law of numbers demands that they must fight innocent people, beat a prison guard or an inmate. If they choose to hurt a prison guard, it will basically be risking one's life, because once an inmate is caught stabbing a prison guard, they are thoroughly beaten by the guards, which may lead to one losing the eyes, being disabled, or even leading to death. And if a person chooses to stab anyone, there is no turning back. And if a person chooses not to stab anyone, you'll be exited from the gang and become a non-gang member, meaning you will be subjected to abuse and beatings in the prison. So, it's usually a dicey situation, and if you choose to stab a person, there is no turning back. It's either you stab that person or you yourself will be stabbed. The stabbing of prison guards inside the prison leads to promotion in ranks. The generals, who are the gang leaders, are said to have stabbed the most prison guards or inmates. The generals usually have stars tattooed on their shoulders, more like army generals. These stars represent every prison guard's life taken.
What do they mean? What do they mean? Are they ranks? Officer.
With the highest rank having 4 stars on each shoulder, making them 8 stars, meaning they have dealt with 8 prison guards. The generals usually control everything and everyone inside the prison walls, including the prison guards and inmates. The young generals are said to make the most money inside prison, with some making up to $50,000 per month, mostly through extortion of other inmates, which explains why inmates here obey gangs more than they do the guards. The Numbers Gang have grown over the years to be the most powerful prison gang, not only in South Africa, but the whole of Africa. Young men who joined these gangs with short sentences end up with very long sentences due to gang activities. So, let's stay away from crime. Let's protect the future generations. Never wish your worst enemy ends up here. Stay safe, stay blessed, and catch you in the next episode. Shalom, peace.